In the last video, I discussed and debunked some misinformation on Riverclan's biology. Now let's break down how this has been affecting them. Riverclan have already been noted to be pretty bad rabbit hunters, from back in Fire and Ice when they tried to hunt in WindClan territory, which makes sense. Riverclan's body build isn't geared towards hunting rabbits and moors. They're rounder and bigger, and they aren't really runners. But it even holds them back on their own territory. When the river is poisoned after a flood in the Old Forest, Riverclan was struggling to feed themselves as their main source of food is inaccessible. Now I think this can be for two reasons. One, Riverclan cats don't train their apprentices that much in learning how to catch non-river prey. So if something happens to the river, Riverclan cats, already pretty hefty and less educated on hunting ground prey, are going to struggle. Two, Riverclan's adaptations to making living by the river as easy as possible doesn't really gear them towards having as strong tools as ShadowClan and ThunderClan, whose bodies are built around forest hunting. This isn't to say Riverclan can't hunt forest prey, but rather their psychology and biology push them to pretty exclusively focus on the river as their source of survival, and it creates a feedback loop of sorts. Fish gets the cats nice and plump, keeping them well fed and their fur glossy. They hunt at the river more often, ignoring hunting things like mice, squirrels, and small birds. The lack of intensive exercise makes it so they stay rounder and struggle to hunt down even ground prey, so they keep by the river and riverside. They eat water-based prey like fish, voles, and water birds, and so on and so forth. So that's the biology and psychology stuff, but what about the stuff that's harder to see? Riverclan, I think of all the clans, has the best reflexes of the 5 clans, followed only by SkyClan. And that's because of what fish hunting requires. Now, while some would argue WindClan has the best reflexes, seeing as they are far and away the fastest cats in the forest, I would beg to differ. There's a difference between reaction time and speed. WindClan cats are fast enough that if they have a delayed reaction time to sprinting after a rabbit, they can theoretically catch up to it, but you can't speed your way into catching a fish. If you miss a fish, you miss it, and chasing it down is only going to waste time and energy. Riverclan cats have to have the reflexes to not only pull a fish onto shore, but kill it before they lose it, and a hunting method like that would probably equip them to have good eyesight, especially sensitive to movement. Honestly, these 2 videos is basically just me making the case for people to make their Riverclan designs more round and squishy. Tell me what clans you want to see next. Oh, and one more thing, Sunny Rocks belongs to ThunderClan.